welcome to Accountex 2026 and the podcast Pitstop, or if you prefer, the Pitstop podcast, brought to you by us, the Accountant. Now, we've had an amazing lineup of guests today and an amazing lineup of hosts, obviously. We thought we'd save an interesting one till the end of the day. And it's not just because she's known for being a bit of a yapper and might run over. So, before we ask for an introduction...
You said amazing up to now. I'm a little bit worried about that introduction, Tim, actually.
I wouldn't worry about the introduction.
Save the best to last.
What I would like you to do, you're going to tell us 3 things.
Yep.
Number 1, who are you? Number 2, why are you here? And number 3, have you been alive completely ever since you were born?
Right. First 2 very easy. Hi, I'm Paula Veysey Smith. I am here, because I spoke predominantly about the last question you're about to ask me.
You're getting some mileage out of that.
Well, believe you me, for the amount of trauma it caused, I think I deserve to
get
reap
every
the
penny's
benefit.
worth.
Every penny's worth. So I haven't entirely been alive since the day I was born.
Interesting.
After an unfortunate incident involving a little bit of steak at an ICB dinner, which, in my infinite wisdom, I decided to inhale rather than swallow, which completely blocked my windpipe. And while I wasn't breathing, my heart decided it would stop beating too. So I was dead for 20 minutes.
20 whole entire minutes?
20 whole entire minutes.
I heard it just makes you feel younger.
Well, it's interesting now because I do feel like royalty because I have 2 birthdays. My birthday when I was born the first time, and my birthday when I was resurrected and came back 2 years ago.
And so if you count from when you're resurrected, you're now, 2? So you might be one of the youngest attendees at Accountex today.
One of the youngest speakers, one of the youngest attendees, one of the youngest practice holders as well.
Absolutely amazing.
It's amazing what you can achieve when you put your mind to it.
It really is. And this should be a lesson to everyone else that actually, if you're 2 years old and you haven't yet achieved all this, you're lacking.
Well, I wouldn't say lacking, but I think, it is an example that, set your mind to it. However old you are, you can make it happen.
So you've been to Accountex many times before. You've also been to all of those other events. You've been to Fab, you've been to DAS, you've been to the Bookkeepers Summit, you've been to the other Accountex in the mysterious north. Xerocon, people keep mentioning that, don't know what that is. What's your first impression of Accountex London 2026 today?
It's really, I would say it's quite alive. I really do feel that. I walked in, always taken back perhaps by the size of it because I forget, but there's a huge scope of stands, lots of people, and it just did feel very vibrant this year.
And did you get a chance to look at the FD show, the new bit, down the end with the different coloured carpet?
I have not. I'd have to go and do that. I've been too focused on speaking today. Been in my little bubble. But I am back tomorrow to really explore what else is here.
So, what are you most looking forward to at Accountex? Now, it might have been that you were looking forward to something that's already happened because we're towards the end of the day. But from Accountex overall, what were you most looking forward to before you got here today?
Well, speaking at it, of course, but I tend to come with people or apps or software providers I really want to catch up with. So, I'm not just walking aimlessly around.
Yeah.
I've got 2 meetings booked tomorrow. Can I mention names?
You can mention any names you want, and if they don't like it, then you can deal with it.
Well, we use TaxCalc as a firm, and I have to admit, we don't have a client management system, and we've grown now. And my little spreadsheets are very capable, but they're beginning to buckle at the knees. So I'm really looking forward tomorrow to getting to grips with getting my hands dirty with how Engager will be able to help us and to synergise things. I'm very keen just to get that smooth workflow in the firm because I'm just fed up with using my spreadsheets.
And someone might accidentally delete a spreadsheet or a row from a spreadsheet, and then you're in big trouble.
Yes. I mean, we have a very good technical solution for the business where everything's on a virtual platform which is run by a third party. So I trust my data is safe. I just don't trust my head is safe sometimes.
So that's what you're looking forward to. Really conveniently, we're halfway through. What's been your highlights so far? Was it being on stage,
of course.
Was there a particular app or anything as well? Or
of course, it's being on the stage. Actually, yes, I have looked at a new provider of bookkeeping. It's Lime.
Right.
I kind of tracked those, and it was. This is why it's so nice to come to these things. because you can do the online demos and you can look at the adverts, but actually have somebody in front of you and go, right, what's this all about then?
Yeah.
I know you're going to sell your company in 3 years' time, you know. And the other thing I really enjoy, which I think is fundamental for anybody, is just being in the network, rubbing shoulders with people, seeing the bigger picture, catching up with old friends. So
Meeting people in person that you've only spoke to on LinkedIn and being surprised at how tall or short they are.
yeah, yes. Yeah, I did have that experience that I met someone in person and realised, I mean, I'm not the tallest in the block. Most people.
No, I
aren't
mean, me
doing that.
neither, to be fair, but like, there's been a few in the past that
Yeah.
you're just really surprised. You're like, I thought you would be a normal height and you're 7 feet tall.
And Libby's cakes. I mean, we hunt around. We hunt her
Absolutely.
down.
I think you'll find she came to us.
Always a highlight. But no, it's just a good vibe to be in, especially if you've got your own practice. Perhaps you might have a small team or you work by yourself. You need to be brushing shoulders with people.
Yeah. So after events like this, how do you take action after the event? Do you make yourself a little follow-up list? Do you do demos? Do you hide for 2 weeks until the phone calls stop? What's your next steps? How do you take action away from events
You
like
mean action in
Accountex?
terms of the things I want to integrate in my business, or action from people approaching me?
Any action, really. Anything that you have to, anything that's on your to-do list when you go home.
I'll tell you what I've learned is if you have something on your to-do list, get it to done. Because as soon as you leave, you're still pumped up about it. But if you leave it a day or two and you let practice stuff get in the way, it can drop down the list. So when I was at another accounting conference that happened not too long ago in the north of the country, I have to kind of embarrassed to admit this, but with TaxCalc, I learned how you can integrate and do upfeeds from the bookkeeping.
Right.
And everybody's kind of like, what, you mean you weren't doing that? Okay, yeah, sorry. But, you know, straight away, bang, did it. Got that learning in. That's the point of these things, isn't it? Is to learn new things and to then actually put them into practice.
And not just walk around like we all occasionally do, thinking that we already know everything, because we definitely don't.
No, we definitely don't. So, yeah, just to action it. Always come away with an action. And, you know, if people are approaching you, get their details and make sure you follow those up.
What do you love most about this industry? I think me, the wider industry in general, or more specifically the bookkeeping sector, or however you want, really. What do you love most?
I, of course, am very youthful. I haven't been in this industry for long, not. I mean, I joined the ICB back in 1998 and have pretty much by and large
So
been
you've almost been an ICB member for the entirety of its existence.
Almost. Yeah, very, very early doors. What I like the most about the industry, especially if you're looking at the bookkeeping side, is how it's evolved and developed, and how it's become more professional. You know, in the days that I started, you know, I was the woman who sat at the worst computer at the back of the office with a pile of paper and had to get that pile of paper from one side to the other on a Sage desktop. We used to call ourselves the mushrooms in one business because we were down in the basement, and we just felt that he only opened the door to dump on us, and for us
With
to do it.
in the basement with a selection of red pens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, I'm working with some people who are developing practice, and just the professionalism and the enthusiasm, because the notion of what they can do for a business, it's not just doing the figures, we're not the bean counters, it's very much we will add value, we can add value, we can. In my client portfolio, I talk about partnering with the client to say, look, we'll take this duty from you, but more than that, we'll use what we see and help you. And a lot of my clients now will get in contact and go, I've had this idea, what do you think about that? And that's another thing I like about the profession is we're not seagulls, we don't just swoop in at the end and again, but you know, it's that regular contact with the client that is helping them build their business.
I feel like the moving away, most people obviously moving away from hourly billing has really helped that as well, because clients don't feel like worried to call you because they're going to get another bill for another 15-minute phone call, right?
Yeah, we very much structure our fees around what works for the client, and some of them still like hourly, an hourly fee. But you know, when it comes to partnering with the client or having the confidence to feel they can contact you, I'm not going to charge for a call, you know, because that's part of the service. So it is the flexibility of how you can engage your client and how you can get paid from them that opens up a whole new playground, really.
Nice. So conversely, what's one thing in the industry you would change if you could?
Oh, that's a very good question. I mean, this is happening already. It is the perception that you need an accountant. And I think that needs to be broken down further. And I believe that the work that, so I'm qualified through the ICB, but I'm qualified to do accounts. And gradually that is changing, because it's changing that client perception of what they need and helping them to understand that what we can offer is what they need, is more than what they need. And I just love this here, that it is expanding that horizon.
Yeah.
I tell you, there is one thing. I've just thought of one thing. One thing I would change.
OMG.
Is this whole thing about letters to banks where they have this identified list.
Yeah.
Now, it's very flexible, because I've written letters and they've been accepted and sometimes they're not. But there are still some of those barriers that could be taken down.
Yeah. Nice. Good answer, say.
Yeah,
Two good answers.
Took me a while, but I got there.
What item, right now or in general, is at the top of your tech stack?
One to do with bookkeeping, one to do nothing with bookkeeping.
Amazing.
I am a bit of a ChatGPT fan. I find it's really good in sense checking. And to be honest, you know what I'm like. Why use one word when 100 will do?
Well, it's quite.
So I do often put my words in and ask it just to perhaps paraphrase a bit, so my client has time.
Can you get this 98 paragraphs down to three, please?
Paragraphs, please. But I do find you have to use it with care. And I think people, isn't it, that, I don't know if you've had this, the new phrase, when a client would ring you and go, I spoke to my mate down the pub. And you're like, oh, God, no. And the new phrase is, I've just put this in ChatGPT. Oh, no. But I do find that is a very good way of quickly getting answers or sense checking. But if we come away from the bookkeeping world, I'm a bit of a fitness freak.
Right.
And I'm going to, hold that up. That's my Garmin watch. That Garmin app, that fitness app where you can track your steps and
track everything.
Yeah, I enjoy that as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and I tell you the other interesting thing. Why give you one answer when I can give you three?
Well, exactly.
And I'm looking at this, especially with clients, is the banks that are kicking out apps in light of making tax digital for ITSA. And it's incredible to see how the banks are evolving their apps to try and be accounting products. They're not there yet, but it just shows you how
most of
the
them
world...
are nowhere near, but but they're trying, right? They're making steps.
Yeah. So I think that's quite an interesting area to watch.
So how do you feel AI is either going to is already impacting you on your business?
AI impacting my business. I think for us it's been a positive impact, because it has helped streamline things, get hold of information quickly. And I'm quite open with my clients. I'm just going to put that through AI, because I actually had a meeting with a client yesterday. She rang me up on something. We were both putting it through and just checking it. So, I mean, I guess the worry is, as AI develops, and I mean, it's moving so quickly, whether all that basic bookkeeping is just going to be taken over by AI.
Yeah.
But I don't feel threatened by that at all, because the bookkeeping that we offer our clients is more than just getting the numbers crunched.
And that's why there is still this divide, because there are still a lot of people who, when they say bookkeeping, they literally do just mean data entry, and that's just not what bookkeeping is anymore.
Yeah, and that's a very important message to get across, which is why I'm very excited when I'm working with new people coming, young professionals. They've got that professional angle rather than just sit down, crunch the numbers, job done. You know, in many ways, the streamlining that AI can give does us a favour, because we can take on more clients and add more value to the clients that we take on. And it hasn't stopped. You know, we still have a very steady flow of inquiries coming through.
Fantastic. That is the end of the question part of the session.
Now we come to the exciting bit.
We do, but just before that, have you got anything that you would like to plug? You've got that camera, and that camera. Tell them who you are and what you want to tell them.
Okay, so Paula Veysey Smith, my accounting firm is Empower Accounting, but recently I have founded Empower Mentoring, because as we've pointed out in this video, I do have a heck of a lot of experience in this industry, and I'm working with new bookkeepers or newly qualified bookkeepers to help them establish their business, looking at everything from branding, pricing, systems, how to deal with clients. And I really enjoy that. It's really lovely to give back 2 people. So if you want to know more than that, I'm on LinkedIn, Paula Veysey Smith, Empower Accounting, and also just try and find us on our website. So if you think I have something to offer you in helping you, giving you a step up into getting your practice running, get in touch.
Absolutely amazing. Are you ready for a stupid little game of Guess Who?
Yeah, I'm just really worried because I had a bit of time out of the
I
network.
almost guarantee you won't be worse at it than I was.
I can guarantee that too, actually, Tim.
So, don't worry about that, okay? So we are going to time you, and there's a penalty if you skip. If you pass,
Oh, what's the penalty?
you get a minute's penalty.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Now, you can only ask me questions that I can answer with yes or no.
I know, the yes or no game, classic.
Right, we're going to start. Are you ready? Go.
Is it a person?
Yes.
Male?
No.
Amy Copeland?
No. Early with the guessing there.
I
No.
thought I'd try and get in.
It's always worth a risk.
Software provider?
No.
Blonde hair?
No.
In practice?
Yes. Sole practitioner, I think.
Penny Allard?
No, but you're on the right lines if you think about I know I'm not allowed to give you clues, but I'm gonna.
Yeah,
If you think
please.
about a group of people that you might expect to at some point see together at an event like this.
Oh,
Who else would be in that group?
Suzanne Whelan.
Yes.
Hey! Thank
Amazing.
you. Got there.
Right, moving swiftly on. Next, go.
Oh, person.
Yes.
So I've got to go male.
Yes.
Software provider.
Yes.
Well, there's Chris Downing.
Yes.
I'm warming up. I just,
See?
just getting it in the right. I think
You can't panic about things like this.
No.
Okay. And go.
Person.
Yes.
Female.
Yes.
Amy Copeland.
No.
Oh, that's cruel. But not in practice.
Previously in practice.
Elspeth.
No.
Oh, God, see, I'm going around the same names.
Often found in a duo.
Oh, so it's got to be either Joe or Zoe.
It is Joe.
Yeah.
Right. You got 2 to go?
Yep.
Let's have it. Come on.
Can I just say Amy Copeland?
No.
Okay, here we go. Person.
Yes, person.
Male.
No.
In practice.
Yes.
Kirsty St John.
No.
Then I'm going to go back to Penny Allard.
No.
In practice. Do I know them?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, that sounds like
It'd
I
be
really should know them.
difficult not to. Well, I can't possibly know who knows. I barely know who
Yeah, but
I
if
know,
they're not
let
really
alone.
big in the network, then of course I'm going to know them.
No, they're well known.
And they're here.
Yes.
Okay, I've got to go hair colour. Brown.
No.
So blonde hair here.
Yeah.
In practice. Libby?
No.
No. ICB.
Yes.
Now, come on, this is getting boring.
Are
I'm
you
going to
skipping
pass.
it?
Yeah.
Steph Marshall.
Oh, I don't know her.
I can't possibly know who you know. Why don't you know Stephanie Marshall?
I'm gonna
If you're
go find
watching,
her.
why don't you know Paula?
Well, can we come find me? Come find me.
Last one.
Amy Copeland.
No.
Right, here we go. Person.
Yes.
In practice.
Yes.
You.
Yes.
Oh, I've redeemed myself from what
Do
was
you know-
perfectly dreadful.
You notice how surprised. So you did 5 minutes 38.
Yeah.
So that brings you up to 6 minutes 38. But don't worry, you're still not at the bottom of the. You're still
pile.
not at the bottom.
I take that. I
But I'll
take
be
the
honest,
win.
you're quite far down at the bottom.
No, but not being at the bottom is a win. You know, a lot of
Absolutely,
my talk
absolutely.
about was taking the win where you find it. So I actually will leave this place with my head high.
So, what we've learned is that if you want to win a game of Top Trumps, all the answers need to be Amy Copeland.
What we've shown is that if I want to win a game of Top Trumps, I need to come to more of these things and meet more people.
Meet more people. And you also, once again, you were surprised to hear about male in practice, which is still
I know,
surprising to people.
No, and you're absolutely right about that. But because then I thought male in practice, look, there's only one person. Only one person I can think of.
There you go. But if you're right, so you win.
Thank you very much.
Or something. Anyway, this has been RC Accounting Podcast Pit Stop. This has been Paula Veysey Smith. I've been Tim Chilestone. And there we shall leave you. Bye-bye.
Bye.